She walked into the station at exactly 3:12 p.m., clutching a worn-out purse and a spiral notebook covered in frantic scribbles. Her voice was shaky. "He's watching me, all the time, and nobody believes me." The officer at the desk looked up briefly, barely making eye contact. Another case of paranoia, he thought. Another lonely woman convinced she's being followed. But there was something about her eyes. Something too steady to be insane. Her name was Erica Blaine, 32, freelance photographer. Lived alone in a modest apartment in Asheville, North Carolina. For months, Erica had been documenting strange occurrences. Lights flickering at precise intervals, her door slightly ajar when she returned from the store, and the phone calls, always at 2, 3 a.m. Silence, then breathing. She reported it 5 times, each time dismissed as stress or overwork. No forced entry, no fingerprints, nothing concrete. Until the tapes surfaced. They arrived in an unmarked manila envelope. No return address, postmarked from Atlanta. Inside were 3 cassette tapes, handwritten labels, "Play me, listen carefully, proof." Tape 1, audio distorted, clicks and buzzes. Then a man's voice, calm, calculated. "Erica thinks she's alone, but I'm here. I've always been here." The room went silent as detectives played the audio on loop. Officer Karen Delaney, one of the first to doubt Erica, later stated, "It was like hearing a confession from a ghost." He described her exact movements, what she was wearing, even what she ate. Tape 2 was worse. Erica, recorded inside her own apartment, unaware. She hums a song while brushing her teeth. The man whispers along, faintly, from inside her walls. A forensic sweep uncovered a crawl space behind her bedroom wall. Dust-covered food wrappers, a small mattress, a camera tripod, and a hole, precisely drilled, aimed directly at her bed. But the most disturbing detail? The handwriting on the cassette labels matched the one in Erica's own notebook. Confused, the police brought her in for further questioning. Police transcript begins, "Detective Erica, did you make those tapes?" Erica, "No, I don't even own a cassette recorder." Detective, "Do you recognize the handwriting?" Erica, "Yes, it's mine, but I didn't write that." A psychiatric evaluation was ordered, but before it could be conducted, Erica vanished. No signs of struggle, no activity on her credit cards, just gone. Her apartment remained untouched, except one new envelope. Inside, one final tape. This time no voice, just 30 minutes of static, until the final 5 seconds, a whisper, barely audible. "She's here, with me now." Cut to black. To this day, Erica Blaine has never been found. The crawl space was sealed, the tapes remain in evidence, analyzed repeatedly, inconclusive. Some say Erica had a breakdown, others believe she staged her own disappearance. But the ones who heard the tapes? They don't sleep well anymore. Because if Erica was telling the truth, that means he's still out there, watching someone else. Right now. This is Vanished Whispers. True crime. Like, share, subscribe. Because the truth doesn't whisper, it vanishes. The days following Erica Blaine's disappearance only deepened the mystery. The Asheville police canvassed her apartment building, questioning anyone who might have seen or heard something unusual. What they found were fragments, unconnected, yet chilling. A neighbor on the 3rd floor, Mrs. Caldwell, recalled hearing muffled footsteps in the hallway at odd hours. It sounded like someone pacing, but when I looked through the peephole, no one was ever there. Sometimes I'd hear a faint tapping on my wall, always at night. Another resident, Daniel Ruiz, described a series of cryptic notes slipped under his door. They were written in shaky handwriting, just words like "watch" and "listen." And once, "she knows." I thought it was a prank, but after Erica went missing, I started to wonder. The building's handyman, Greg Foster, reported finding muddy footprints in the basement corridor. They led straight to the locked storage room, but inside nothing was disturbed. The prints were small, too small for a man, but too wide for a child. But perhaps the most disturbing account came from Erica's next-door neighbor, Lila Tran. She recalled seeing Erica late one evening in the courtyard, seemingly deep in conversation, except she was alone. She was facing the hedge, nodding and whispering like someone was standing right in front of her. But there was nobody there. I almost called out, but something about the way she was listening, it gave me chills. Police photographed the footprints, collected the notes, and even checked security footage. But the cameras, like the rest of Erica's story, offered only static and shadows, no faces, no answers. As the evidence piled up, so did the questions. Was Erica truly being watched, or was something else at play, something no one could see? The whispers lingered in the halls, and the unease among the tenants grew. Some moved out, others started locking their doors in broad daylight. Because in the wake of Erica's disappearance, one thing became clear. Whatever haunted Erica Blaine hadn't left. Detective Monroe, recorded. This is Detective Monroe, Asheville PD, interview with Erica Blaine, June 14, 7:42 p.m. Erica, can you describe what's been happening? Erica, voice trembling. There's someone outside my window at night. I hear them breathing. I tried to tell the landlord, but he said it was just the pipes, but I know what I heard. I know someone's watching me. Detective Monroe. Have you seen anyone unfamiliar in the building? Erica. No, not really. Sometimes I see shadows in the stairwell, and when I come home things are moved, just a little, like someone's trying to let me know they've been there. Lila. She kept telling me to check under my door for notes. I never found anything, but she looked scared, like she hadn't slept in days. She said the walls were too thin, that she could hear voices through them. But I never heard anything. Erica, whispering. If something happens to me, check the basement, please. They won't let me leave. I think they're in my head now. Detective Monroe, to partner off record. She's unraveling, or someone's making her think she is. The notes, the footprints, none of it adds up. Ruiz says Erica was leaving notes herself, but the handwriting doesn't match, and now the footage from last night's incident is gone, wiped clean. Caller. You're looking in the wrong places. Erica saw something she shouldn't have. Now you're all part of it. Stop before it's too late. As the investigation deepened, the lines between reality and paranoia blurred. Erica's fear became contagious, infecting everyone who entered her world. The police transcripts revealed more than just facts. They exposed the cracks forming in the case and in the minds of those trying to solve it. Someone, or something, was pulling the strings, and with each new revelation, the darkness around Erica's disappearance grew even deeper. As investigators combed through Erica's belongings one final time, a hidden notebook was discovered, wedged behind a loose panel beneath her bed. Inside, pages were filled with frantic handwriting, some matching Erica's, but others penned in a style no one could identify. A new piece of surveillance footage surfaced, previously overlooked. The grainy video showed Erica in the stairwell at 2:13 a.m., placing a small envelope under her own door. Her movements anxious, eyes darting over her shoulder. But in the reflection of a nearby window, a shadowy figure lingered just out of sight, watching her every move. Detective Monroe's voice, strained and uncertain, played over the final images. We thought Erica was a victim, but what if she was orchestrating something, or worse, what if she was being manipulated, forced to play both roles? As speculation swirled, reports emerged of similar incidents in neighboring buildings, anonymous notes, missing footage, residents haunted by unseen watchers. The case files, once closed, were reopened. The last entry in Erica's notebook read, "If you're reading this, it's not over. They're here, they're everywhere." Erica Blaine's fate remains a chilling enigma. The evidence points in every direction, and nowhere at all. The truth, it seems, is still hiding in the shadows, waiting to be uncovered. Will you be the one to find it? Just when the public believed the Erica Blaine case had revealed all its secrets, two new voices emerged from the silence. First, Erica's estranged sister, Julia Blaine, stepped forward. Her voice trembled in a recorded interview. "Erica called me 2 nights before she vanished. She said someone was watching her, someone she couldn't see but could always feel. I thought it was just anxiety. I never imagined it was real." But Julia's account clashed sharply with the recollections of retired detective Henry Voss, who had once consulted on the case. Erica was secretive, paranoid, yes, but clever. She wouldn't let herself be spied on. If someone was after her, she would have left a sign. I never saw one. The tension between testimonies deepened with the release of a new police transcript dated just 3 days before Erica's disappearance. "Officer, you said you've seen this man before?" Witness, "Yes, always near Erica's building, never speaks, just watches. He wears a gray coat, always has his phone out." Officer, "Did Erica know him?" Witness, "She was scared. She called him the follower. She said he knew things about her, things no one should know." As authorities re-examined Erica's apartment, a chilling discovery came to light. A tiny hidden camera, expertly tucked behind a vent above her bed. The footage retrieved was corrupted, but brief flashes showed Erica pacing, whispering to herself, and, most disturbingly, glancing directly into the lens as if she knew she was being watched. Conflicting testimonies, a shadowy stalker, and evidence of invasive surveillance, each new detail layered uncertainty on the case. Was Erica truly a target, Or was her paranoia contagious, infecting everyone who tried to help? As suspicion spread and trust fractured, one thing was clear. The shadows around Erica were deeper and more crowded than anyone realized, and somewhere, someone is still watching. In the search for truth, investigators turned to the most intimate records left behind Erica Blaine's own words. Her therapy session transcripts and personal journal entries paint a portrait far more complex than any witness could describe. Therapy session. 1 week before disappearance, Erica's voice is raw, barely above a whisper. I can't sleep. The footsteps in the hallway, they always stop at my door. I keep telling myself it's nothing, but the feeling won't go away. I feel like I'm being erased, piece by piece. Her journal echoes this unraveling. March 18th. Woke up to static on my phone. Again. Someone is watching, I know it. I started mapping the times I see the man in the gray coat. He always appears after midnight and always lingers near apartment 4B. Why? But then, a sliver of clarity breaks through the paranoia. March 21st. Realization. He's not just watching me, he's watching the building. Every time I see him, Mrs. Lowell's lights flicker. Is she next or is she involved? Investigators cross-reference Erica's notes with building security footage. Shockingly, it's not the man in the gray coat who stands out, but a neighbor, Mrs. Lowell herself, caught quietly tampering with the security camera outside Erica's door. Her glances up and down the hallway, the way she lingers by Erica's apartment, ignite a new line of suspicion. Was Erica's fear misdirected? Was the threat closer than she ever imagined? As Erica's words echo in the empty apartment, the line between truth and terror blurs. The case is no longer just about a missing woman, but about the secrets we keep, and the neighbors we trust. The shadows shift once more and a new suspect emerges from the gloom. In the cold fluorescent glow of the precinct, the focus shifts to Mrs. Lowell, the neighbor whose actions raised more questions than answers. Police transcripts capture the tension of the moment. Detective Monroe, Mrs. Lowell, can you explain why you were seen disabling the camera outside Erica Blaine's door? Mrs. Lowell, voice trembling. I was protecting her. She asked me to do it. She said someone was watching, that she needed to disappear for a while. Detective Monroe. Disappear? Did Erica ever tell you why? Mrs. Lowell hesitates. She was scared, but not of who you think. She said the only way to escape was to vanish, leave nothing behind but confusion. The interrogation intensifies as Mrs. Lowell reveals a hidden cache, a box of cassette tapes labeled in Erica's handwriting. The tapes, previously concealed in the basement, contain hours of recorded conversations between the two women. I was the only one she trusted. She told me about the man in the gray coat, about the static on her phone. But then she started talking about staging her own disappearance, making it look like something happened to her. She wanted to see who would look for her, who would care. Detective Monroe. So you're saying Erica orchestrated everything? Mrs. Lowell. She planned every detail. The late-night footsteps, the flickering lights, even the journal entries. She wanted a story people would chase. As the tapes play, Erica's voice echoes, calm, composed, and chillingly methodical. Erica, on tape. When they start asking questions, remember, tell them what I want them to hear. The truth is what we make it. The revelation sends shockwaves through the investigation. Was Erica's disappearance a desperate escape or the ultimate manipulation? As Mrs. Lowell sits in silence, the detectives face a new, unsettling possibility. The missing woman may have been in control all along. The case, once teetering on the edge of horror, now plunges into psychological intrigue. And as the final tape ends, one question remains: where is Erica Blaine now? In the days that follow Mrs. Lowell's confession, detectives comb through the tapes, piecing together Erica Blaine's labyrinthine plan. Forensic analysis of the recordings and journal entries reveals a meticulously orchestrated performance. Each unsettling event crafted by Erica herself, each clue a breadcrumb meant to lure investigators and loved ones deeper into her narrative. A breakthrough comes when Detective Monroe discovers a hidden bank transaction, time-stamped 2 days after Erica's disappearance. Security footage captures Erica, disguised but unmistakable, boarding a bus out of town. She left behind her old life, her voice echoing on the tapes. Sometimes the only way to be seen is to disappear. With the truth finally in hand, Monroe visits Erica's family. The revelation is bittersweet, a cocktail of relief, hurt, and understanding. Erica's mother clutches the final letter Erica left behind, her words trembling. I needed to know who I was outside the shadows of fear. Mrs. Lowell, freed from suspicion but burdened by complicity, leaves town quietly, her role in Erica's escape both a secret and a solace. As the case file closes, Detective Monroe stands in the precinct's empty hallway, the weight of the mystery lingering. He reflects on the nature of truth. how it can be shaped, twisted, and rewritten by those desperate to control their own story. In the end, Erica Blaine is never found, but her fate is no longer a puzzle. She chose her own vanishing, a final act of agency in a world that too often wrote her story for her. And as the screen fades to black, the voiceover lingers. In the search for answers, we found only more questions. About love, about fear, about the stories we tell to survive. Erica's tale reminds us, sometimes the most haunting mysteries are not about what is lost, but about what is left behind. Just when the dust begins to settle and the Blaine case seems resolved, a new voice pierces the silence. Local journalist Marissa Hale receives an anonymous tip. Someone claims to have seen Erica Blaine, alive, weeks after her supposed escape. The witness, a reclusive night shift janitor named Owen Price, agrees to a shadowed interview, his face obscured, voice trembling. Owen, distorted. "I know what I saw, it was her, she looked right at me like she wanted to say something. But then she disappeared into the alley." Detective Monroe, weary, yet compelled, reopens the investigation. Interviews with Owen reveal chilling details. Erica was not alone, she was accompanied by an unknown figure, their features hidden beneath a hooded coat. Owen remembers a single unsettling detail, a bracelet on Erica's wrist, identical to the one Monroe had logged into evidence months before. Confusion and suspicion ripple through the community. Erica's mother, interviewed in her dimly lit living room, clutches the last letter, her voice breaking. Erica's mother. "If she's out there, why hasn't she come home? Why did she leave us in the dark?" Mrs. Lowell, now living in exile, is shown pacing restlessly, haunted by the possibility that Erica's escape was never what it seemed. As more witnesses come forward, their testimonies clash. Some insist Erica vanished for good. Others claim fleeting encounters, each story more contradictory than the last. Monroe pores over security footage, his eyes red-rimmed, searching for a truth that seems to slip further away with each revelation. Then, a shocking piece of evidence surfaces, a recent photograph mailed anonymously to the police station. It shows a woman, her face partially obscured, but the resemblance to Erica is undeniable, standing beside a riverbank, the same bracelet glinting on her wrist. The discovery fractures what little closure the Blaine family had found. Monroe's voice, heavy with doubt, closes the scene. Monroe, voiceover. "In chasing the truth, we uncovered only more shadows. Was Erica ever truly free, or is she still running? From us, from herself, from the story none of us can finish writing." The case, once closed, is now wide open, each answer unraveling into another haunting question. A week after the photograph surfaces, another bombshell shakes the Blaine investigation. In a dusty, long-abandoned storage unit on the outskirts of town, an unmarked box is discovered. Inside, wrapped in faded cloth, Erica Blaine's missing diary. Close-ups of the weathered leather cover, and trembling hands flipping through pages filled with frantic handwriting, strange symbols, and unsettling sketches. These entries, they're erratic, but deliberate. The patterns, the repetition, this isn't random fear, she was documenting something or someone. Erica hunched over the diary by lamplight, eyes darting to the window. They're watching. Every night the same shadows. The bracelet is the key, never let them take it. The diary's pages grow increasingly cryptic. Drawings of hooded figures, maps of alleyways, a recurring symbol, a circle split by a jagged line. The final entry is a chilling warning. If you find this, trust no one. The truth is buried where the river meets the iron gate. I'm running out of time. She was terrified, but she was fighting back. This isn't just a missing persons case anymore. There's something much bigger at play. See this shift? It's a code. She was hiding information in plain sight. She tried to tell us. We just never listened. As experts decode the entries, each revelation points to a deeper conspiracy, one that may have ensnared Erica long before her disappearance. The shadows are real. Tell my story. Don't let them erase me. The investigation is no longer just about finding Erica. It's about exposing the truth she risked everything to reveal. A truth still lurking in the darkness, waiting to be uncovered. The dust never truly settles on the Erica Blaine case. Months after the diary's discovery, the story takes an unexpected turn. An anonymous tip, delivered by a single, untraceable phone call, lands on the desk of former detective Michael Reyes, a man haunted by the one case he could never close. Cut to Reyes alone in his study, the flicker of a desk lamp illuminating weathered case files and Erica's diary, now open to its cryptic final page. His hands tremble, not with fear but with purpose. He can't let go, not now. The tip leads him to a forgotten alleyway, where a battered security camera still clings to the brickwork. Late-night stakeouts follow. Reyes sits in his car, rain tapping on the windshield, eyes fixed on the building across the street. Every shadow, Every movement is a potential clue. He's older now, slower, but the obsession burns brighter than ever. With painstaking effort, Reyes recovers old surveillance footage from the night Erica vanished. The grainy video reveals a chilling detail. Erica was not alone. A hooded figure lingers in the background, passing something small, glinting in the streetlight, into Erica's hand. The bracelet. Reyes tracks down a former acquaintance of Erica's, someone overlooked in the original investigation. The interrogation room is cold and silent. The suspect's eyes dart, mirroring Reyes's own desperation. The questions cut deeper, voices rising, the truth fighting to surface. Flashbacks intercut. Reyes's own breakdown after the case went cold, his marriage crumbling, the faces of the missing haunting his dreams. As the suspect finally breaks, a single name is whispered, a name that doesn't appear anywhere in the original files. A possible accomplice. A new thread in the tapestry of secrets. Reyes, exhausted but relentless, pins a new photo to his wall of evidence. The hunt is alive again. This time he swears he won't let the shadows win. But as the camera lingers on the detective's weary face, a question echoes in the darkness. In his quest for truth, will Reyes find redemption, or be consumed by the very shadows that stole Erica away? The relentless storm outside mirrors the turmoil within. In a dimly lit parking garage, Detective Reyes waits his breath fogging in the chill night air. Footsteps echo. Erica's closest friend, Marissa, emerges from the shadows, her face streaked with tears, clutching an envelope to her chest. Her voice trembles as she confesses the secret she's carried since Erica vanished. She admits to seeing Erica the night she disappeared, to witnessing the exchange of the bracelet and, most damningly, to hiding a message Erica had pressed into her hand. Marissa's motives spill out fear for her own safety, loyalty to a promise, and a desperate hope to protect someone she loves. As Reyes listens, the weight of betrayal is palpable. Marissa sobs, torn between guilt and grief, revealing that Erica was planning to run not from danger but from someone she once trusted. The envelope shakes in her hand. Inside, a note, Erica's handwriting, cryptic and pleading, "Trust no one, not even those closest to you." Thunder cracks overhead. Reyes's face hardens as he realizes the truth is more tangled than ever. Marissa's confession ends with a chilling revelation. There's someone else, Michael. Someone even you never suspected. As the echoes of her words fade, Reyes stands frozen, the envelope clutched in his fist. The camera lingers on his haunted eyes, rain streaking the windshield behind him. The audience is left suspended in uncertainty. Who can truly be trusted, and how deep does the deception go? The shadows have never felt closer. The rain has finally stopped, but the world feels heavier, drenched in secrets. In a stark, abandoned warehouse, Detective Reyes stands beneath a flickering light, the envelope now open in his hand. Shadows stretch along the concrete floor, converging as Marissa, trembling but resolute, faces the man she once thought she could trust, Erica's former confidant, Daniel. Reyes's voice is low, edged with years of disappointment and fatigue. He lays out the evidence. Erica's note, Marissa's confession, the missing bracelet. Daniel's mask slips. He steps forward, tears mingling with rainwater on his cheeks. His voice cracks as he reveals the final piece. Erica had uncovered a web of lies that reached far beyond her circle, implicating powerful figures in a cover-up she was never meant to survive. Flashbacks flicker across the screen, Erica's fearful eyes, cryptic diary entries, the night she disappeared. The warehouse fills with tension as Daniel confesses his role, not her betrayer but her protector, forced into silence by threats to his own family. He reaches into his coat, pulling out Erica's locket, the last piece of her and the last clue she left behind. Reyes, heart pounding, realizes the truth is both devastating and incomplete. The locket contains a memory card. As Reyes plugs it into his phone, Erica's voice fills the silence, a final recording. She speaks directly to the camera, her words trembling but defiant. "If you're hearing this, I'm gone, but the truth is bigger than me. Trust the evidence, trust your instincts, and above all, trust yourself." The camera pans out, the warehouse bathed in dawn's first light. Reyes stands alone, the weight of answers and new questions pressing down. Daniel disappears into the morning fog, fate uncertain. Marissa watches from afar, tears glistening. As the screen fades to black, Erica's final words linger. Some shadows never leave, but hope lives in those who search for the light. The mystery is solved, but the scars remain, and the shadows wait, just beyond the edge of dawn.